All right, this is my detailed deck list. Used to Captain Kidd. Eb02 just came out. So there's a lot of new cards out there. I went 5-0 at my locals recently playing this. In a warm-up game, I did actually beat a GP Luffy on one of the better players at our locals. He was still new to the deck. It was his first or second time playing it. So I'm not going to take it with a grain of salt pretty much. We'll see as the future comes how the deck holds up against that. It's a really strong deck, obviously. But yeah, 5-0. I went through the gauntlet. I played against a Blue Dofi. I had a mirror match against a kid. I played an Enel. I played a Lucci. I played a Shanks. So it really got the job done against some of the best decks in the meta, including against itself. So I'm going to start right off with the easiest choice here is your 4 Monkey D. Luffy Searchers. These are must-have. You have to play them. You got to see them. They do end up being counter a lot of the times because I'm going to go second, and you'll see a card that I like to play on too. Actually, whether I'm going first or second. But yeah, absolutely necessary. It gets your engine going. You find the cards you need. You got to have it. I'm on 3 Scratch Manipu. A lot of people are running Shirahoshis and Violas. I just think this is super good for a 1 cost. You can play your Law, play a Viola and a Shirahoshi, and then still play this Scratch Man. It just comes up so much. And if they want to get rid of it, I used 1 Dawn, and they used removal on it, so good for me. Next, speaking of, is our Viola. I'm not on Shirahoshi right now. We got 1 or 2 Blackbeard mains at my locals, and I haven't had a huge issue with it recently. So I'm only on the Violas and the Scratchmen for small blockers right now. You could very easily tech in Shirahoshi into any of these slots, but I think about 6 small blockers, 1 to 2 cost, are very crucial. You have to be able to play something with your big bodies late game. You got your 4 Basil Hawkins. This is self-explanatory. You can make him a blocker, and on KO, he trashes a life. It's amazing. The draw 2 trash 1 off Trafalgar Law is game-changing sometimes. And putting it into life with Law feels really, really good. I'm on 2 Nami right now. I'm running something else for removal that you'll see a little later on. But I think the 2 Nami is pretty good. 4, you're just losing hand advantage too much in my opinion. The deck isn't trying to play removal based. It's just something that you have to do against certain things, and she's helpful for that. So I run that at 2. I'm on 3 Nico Robins. This card is very good in the deck. There's a possibility that it could go to 4. I don't know exactly what you would cut. I went down to 3 to make cuts. It's basically like the 4th card I had to tech something in. So I am on 4 Cavendish. I'm a big believer in Cavendish over Eroge. I think 5 costs are just too easy to remove, and 6 costs are very hard to remove unless you want to use more than 1 card. There isn't a ton that's just going to wipe this off the board, and you got to be able to have a supernova to turn into a blocker or to put into life. So you really have to run this vanilla. There isn't a lot of supernova types that can be run in this slot, I guess. You could run the Uroge if you're feeling comfortable, but I do not. On to my 2Ks. X-Drake, this is the best card in the deck by far. I play it on curve. I'll play it late. Just resting down your opponent's stuff early and removing it with the kid swing. You're forcing them to give you cards. You're not swinging at their life because you're going to trash it later on. This card's amazing. You're going to rest their little blocker. If it's a Blackbeard, you're going to rest their Lafitte that they didn't swing with or their Vasco, and then you're just going to restand it with your leader ability. You're probably never going to block with it because it's too valuable on the field. But if you did need that blocker, it is there. Yeah, best card in the deck. MVP in my 5-0 run when I won locals. I played it in every single game. So I'm on 4 Satori. It triggers out of life. It's It's going to be a Trafalgar Law when we get the promo. It's going to get cut, but right now it runs good, but we know that the Law will run even better. I'm also on 4 beige. Again, there isn't a ton of 2Ks that are better than this. 4 of, you're a 5 life leader. There's a good shot you're going to see one in life. And if you flip it face up with your leader ability, then you and your opponent both know that things are about to change. They're not going to be able to run their turn the way they want to. And yeah, it's just one of the craziest triggers in the game, obviously. 2 damn punk. This is the slot where Nami would be. I think you can go either way with this. I think the Nami brings a little counter. You can trash this off the Nami too if you have to, but this lets you put that face-up life at the bottom of your life. If you need to use your leader ability and have no way to put something face down, if you don't have Viola or a Law or an Ace, this is awesome. You're going to remove something, you're going to put your life to the bottom, and then you're going to have a face-down life. It's great on curve. I have no problem playing this on 4 or 5 Dawn to just get whatever out that they tried to play. Really strong. I've thought about going to 4 in place of the Nami, but I think 2 and 2 is like the perfect mix for me. Now to my bombs. Got 7 Trafalgar Law. We have 4 of the 7 cost Trafalgar Law. Crazy card. It goes absolutely insane. The Dawn he puts on your leader is more for green-yellow Law leader. But yeah, it's just so strong because you're loaded with supernovas. You're going to heal. This deck really utilizes this card well. And to heal for 7 is so good. And then you get a Dawn on your leader. So you're going to be able to, if you really wanted to, could swing 9 with your leader after you play this. So you get a heal. You get a 9K swing. Make him a blocker. You get a 9K blocker. It's a 7 cost. That's particularly hard to remove right now. Crazy card. Have to run at 4, in my opinion. I got 4 Eustass Captain Kidd. Same thing. You need 4 of these. You need to see this. You absolutely have to be trashing their cards late. If you can play this on curve moving forward, you would really like to do that. And just turn him up, stand him straight up. You play him, you rest him, you stand him up, you trash their life. They can't swing back into it. The draw 1 discard's crazy too. That's super underrated in my opinion. I will always protect this over the Law. If I think I'm gonna have to give up a blocker, I'm gonna turn the Law into a blocker so I can have this for my next turn for the draw 1 discard. Unless you're playing against cost base removal, then obviously you need the 8 cost. I'm on 3 Ace right now. 3 or 4 is the number in my opinion. Some people call me crazy for only running 3, but it works. It's really good. You don't want to see it too much. You open with 2 of them in your hand and you're really disappointed. You know the game's probably not going to go well for you. Yeah, self-explanatory. Even if you're at 3 or 4 life, play this, heal. You covered up a face-up card, and now you can use your leader ability. It's crazy. Every yellow deck should be on this card, pretty much. Obviously, there's certain decks that wouldn't, but, it's just that good. And then this is a secret sauce. I'm on 2 Katakuri. Saw a lot of green at the beginning of OPO10. And this is amazing against Sanji and Pudding. They're going to try and make it an 8 cost and think it's safe against you because you can only remove 5 costs. And you're going to drop a Katakuri and put it to the bottom of their life. And they're going to go, what just happened? Eustass Captain Kidd, the green 8 cost kid. Yeah, your Rosinante is not going to protect it from this. Worst case scenario, if you have a Nami or a Basil on board and they won't swing it, let's say they're at 0 life and trying to block her up. You move that Basil to life, you get a draw 2 trash 1. It's really good. It's a tech card. I do end up discarding it sometimes, but when you're in a matchup where you need it and you want to see it. And if you don't, then that could lose you the game sometimes. I can't count the green 8 cost kids that I've put to life with this, and then the next turn trashed it with my 8 cost kid. It's very strong, and I wouldn't consider going over 2. I think 2 is the magic number. That's why I'm down one Nico Robin. That's why I'm down one ace. But I haven't had any issues healing or trashing life. So I'm going to keep running it like this till the foreseeable future. It just does too many good things. And yeah, that's my list. Obviously, if you want a curve list, you know, if you're going first, you'd like to see the Luffy into a Viola or an X-Drake. I love the X-Drake so much. I think it's amazing. So turn 1, play this. Turn 2, whatever they played, even if it's just a searcher, rest it. Swing into their searcher, restand. Their board's clear. And this is established now. Unless they want to spend something to remove this, it's gonna be stood up. They're not gonna be able to get rid of it. Obviously, you have the classic curve of Viola into your Nico Robin, or Basil into Nico Robin. So you play the Viola, you look at their life, you play your Basil on turn 2. Your choice whether to make him block or not. I like to swing with it once before I block with him. But, you know, after that, it's Viola, it's Kid. You're going nuts. You're trashing their life. You're healing. You're just doing too much good things. Too many good things for a lot of these decks to keep up with. It does struggle into board flood. So that's why I'm so set on that Katakuri and the Damned Punks. I've had games where the Nami didn't go off because I didn't have a trigger in hand. Yeah, I just think, you know, you got to grind. Every game is a grind. Don't look for the win. Just keep playing, keep going, keep you know, drawing your cards. Put that Basil to life if you can. Chump block their stinky little 5Ks with your 9K and say, well, I'm not giving you any cards. You can swing my life. I'm going to heal next turn. So you got to just stay busy. You can't expect a free win. You're going to have to swing at their board while you're trashing their life. That's where I've had the most success. You're starting to see more Nels now. You just got to get them down low. Put them in a dangerous position before they can heal. So before like 8 or 9 dawn, try and get them to 1. And then, you know, make them give you cards. Don't let them sit there and cycle for free and take every attack and still end on 1 life. Make sure they're going to 0. And if they're not, then don't even bother swinging. Just trash their life. It's still fine. If they're at 2 life and it's 10 dawn, you can still play your 8 cost kid and trash that life. They're probably going to play the ace or the NL anyways, and you're going to be none the worse. It won't make that much of a difference. You just got to keep pushing. You got to see those small blockers too, because late game, they're going to play ace, they're going to play Yamato, they're going to play NL. They're not going to want to spend time removing your board. So if, you know, worst case scenario, they play a Yamato and start popping your small blockers, but then they're not swinging. You know, they don't have the ace swing. They don't have the NL swing. It could be worse. The Yamato is a little easier for you to get rid of. I don't mind swinging 9 and back at 9 against NL. Because the 1 card you're getting versus giving them a free cycle is more valuable to me, in my opinion. So yeah, 5-0 at my locals. It was the Gauntlet. A lot of good players there. I played a lot of good players, and we went 5-0. That's my deck list. I hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, have a good night.